everyone. I'm here with Katie Cline, live in New York City. Katie, how are you?
I'm good. So nice to have you here in my home city.
Thank you for welcoming me so well. I feel like I'm kind of, in this 2-day period, I'm becoming a New Yorker.
You are.
So thank you very much.
No problem.
For anyone who doesn't know you, isn't familiar with you, although they should be, certainly from our Truvisionaries last year.
Of course.
Tell us a little bit about Katie Cline and what you do in the industry.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Katie Cline. I am the host of 2 podcasts, Sweet Success, which is part of Skipped, and Second Home First. I am also the owner of 3 short-term rentals in upstate New York, and I also co-host a 4th as well. But long before I ever joined our amazing world of short-term rentals, I come from a really deep line of hospitality. I led global PR and communications for some of the best hotel brands in the world, brands like Ritz-Carlton, W Hotels, St. Regis. So I just love this world of ours. There's no better space than hospitality.
I love it. And I think that one thing I love about your content, and there's lots, we've been talking all morning about all the different ways we see hospitality. I think we see it quite similarly, is there's so much to be learned from the hotel world, right?
Yeah.
The hotel world at its best has a lot to teach short-term rentals.
Yeah.
And I do feel like we are starting to close that gap, you know?
Definitely. I think we as short-term rentals have a lot to learn from hotels, but also having been in the boardrooms at big hotel companies, I know they also are aspiring to take things from our side of the industry as well. I mean, nothing ruins pretending that you're a local more than walking in and out of a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
You're very much clearly a visitor, versus if someone's visiting one of our short-term rentals, they pull into their driveway for their weekend, they eat in their kitchen. It becomes almost more believable that you're a local, and that's really what I think we're all looking for when we travel, is we want to feel like we belong there for however long we're visiting.
Yeah, I agree. There's certain things that I do when I land somewhere that make me feel like I can blend in as a local. And it's so funny, do you have that? It makes me feel just more like I'll go for a run in the morning and you see other locals running and you're like, oh yeah, fine, I'm in. I'm just in doing my thing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I think that you're right, if you're not careful, in a hotel you can feel like you're adjacent to the city that you're visiting, and eating in the hotel instead of meeting at the hotel,
right?
Instead of meeting at the cute coffee place around the corner, right? And that is definitely the edge that short-term rentals have. Is they're not trying to keep you in. There's no hotel gym to stop you going for that jog around New York, right?
Sure.
And I think that it's the most exciting part can often be had outside the short-term rental, not necessarily inside it, right?
Yeah. There was a book I read many years ago now. It was called What I Was Doing While You Were Breeding, hysterical memoir. And she talks about when she visits a place, she likes to do the thing in the place you're supposed to do it in. So I love that perspective of visiting a place and thinking like, what do New Yorkers do? What do Londoners do? And even more specifically, like if you get down to the neighborhood that you're staying in, where's everyone eating? Where's everybody drinking? How can I go experience that too?
Yeah, I love that. Tell us, we were very honoured to have you as part of the Truvisionaries. Can you tell us a little bit about how that experience felt for you
I mean, I'm not an actress, but I imagine it's similar to winning a Golden Globe, very similar to that. No, it was such an honor to receive that message and to hear that. It kind of felt a bit like, me? Are you sure you got the right Katie Cline? I am currently trying to pitch a book about Second Home First and been working on a book proposal with my agent. And even she highlighted the fact of me being a Truvisionary and said, we need to pull this up. This is a really big deal. And it shows, I guess, really the impact that you guys have in the industry, and then broader than that it would signal to a publisher that I might be somebody worthy of being published with them.
Brilliant.
So it was huge.
Well, you very much deserve it. I must say, you were we're so proud to have you as part of it. Tell me, what do you think? Why do you think something like the Truvisionaries is important for hospitality professionals, and why is it important to be recognised in that way?
I think this industry, just like any other, it can be a little lonely at times when we're taking care of our guests, messaging our cleaners, taking care of our world. You can feel a bit like you're the only one doing it, or you're doing things right, or you're not doing it good enough or fast enough or what have you. And so to see this list that you guys have curated and get to have other people's perspectives, and a lot of times it's also just about hearing that echo chamber of somebody else saying, it's really hard to find a great cleaning team, or, I got a 3-star review for the first time and that really hurt. it just makes you feel like you're part of this community, which we know we all are. But until you see this list of people that you can actively seek out and listen to their podcasts or follow their social content, it can feel a little isolating. So I think it's really cool what you guys have done, not only for those of us that are honored to be recognized, but for those who read the list and say, okay, this is somebody who gets what I'm going through on a day-to-day basis.
I love that, and I think that's absolutely perfect. It's like, it's a job done by thousands of us, independently, remotely, in all different aspects. You might be managing 20 listings on other people's behalf, or owning 3 of your own. But there's a commonality there, which is that you're trying to provide a hospitality experience, right?
Exactly.
So that ability to share the experience, learn from other people, and level up. Like, I was chatting to someone yesterday, and this idea that, like, if people come together, groups, masterminds, meetups, whatever it might be, you can shortcut the mistakes by 12 to 24 months.
Yeah.
I think that's so true in this industry.
It is, and also to know other people have gone through what you've gone through and not that you're making a mistake. That's huge. I think we're also so like-minded that it's almost shocking in a way. Funnily enough, Second Home First, as you know, was just featured in the New York Times this last weekend. That became a story because I pitched it to the journalist and I introduced her to the 2 other people who were in that story because they were guests of my podcast, one of which is a woman called Janelle Gallucci. I met her, or so I thought, 2.5 years ago at a short-term rental conference. And there was something about her that felt familiar, but I just thought it's because everyone in our space does. Like, when you get in a room with somebody who works in hospitality and hotels and short-term rentals, right away, like, you jump to that next level of friendship, like we did this morning sitting over coffee and tea. And what I ended up finding out only after this New York Times piece published was that a mutual friend of ours from the university that we both went to and graduated the same year, and this is not a big school, about 5,000 people total for all 4 years.
Wow, okay, wow.
So we knew each other, we had hundreds of mutual friends. Of course, I was like, oh, maybe that was why we felt familiar to each other. But our relationship, it's not unique. It's so, we see it all the time in this world of, like, just getting to spend time, whether it be virtually or physically, with somebody else in it. All of a sudden you go, this is my people. It's so nice to, like, be around others who get it and are going through the same thing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's a craving for it. There's a craving for it. I think it's why these smaller, more focused short-term rental conferences do so well, right?
Yeah.
Because people come slightly wide-eyed that they didn't realize there was loads of other people doing it the way they were doing it, and oftentimes doing it differently, and then they can learn and find out where best practices.
Well, and also it shows you what's possible. Like, when I bought my first property, my second home first, I felt so alone. I remember my dad saying, I don't understand, you're gonna, like, keep throwing your money away on rent, and you're gonna own this property but you're not gonna live in it, and you start to have all these insecurities and you think, am I doing something wrong? Does everybody else know something that I don't? And then all of a sudden you're around this group of people and they don't own just one vacation home, they own multiple. And all of a sudden it's like, well, maybe I can own multiple. And then you get in the room again and those same people don't just own multiple vacation homes, they now own a micro resort. It's like, well, maybe I can own a micro resort. And how did you finance that? Were you just independently wealthy? No, we fundraised for it. So all of a sudden seeing, almost opening our own eyes to our own individual possibility by learning from other people's stories.
Yeah. Katie, I love it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.